Hey guys, welcome back to another video guide. Today I'm going to be talking about how you can jungle Sniper, and you can actually jungle a number of other heroes this way as well. But I chose to pick Sniper because he's a hero that a lot of people like to play. I like to play him as well. And I'm not going to lie, this build is slightly troll. It's not exactly optimal, but it definitely does work, and I've seen it win games at high MMR. So with that in mind, let's start. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is your starting items. You're going to need a Quelling Blade and 2 Slippers of Agility. And as far as the Quelling Blade goes, it's absolutely mandatory. As you see, I'm going to be cutting down some trees there. And I like the Slippers just for the extra damage. Now, notice the pattern I'm cutting through with my Quelling Blade. Basically, you start from here and you cut a path all the way to the easy camp. And you have to make sure, walk through this path yourself to make sure that you can actually get through. And after that, you're going to end up over here and you're going to start cutting a path along this cliff. And you're basically going to cut down all the trees along this cliff so you can walk all the way across this cliff. So as you can see, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. It's basically, the trees hugging the cliff line here on both sides. And a cool thing that you can do here is with the Quelling Blade, even if you're on the high ground, you can cut down trees on the low ground, and you can actually cut down every single tree that is required, even while standing on the high ground. And that's something that's going to come into play around 4 minutes and 30 seconds, which is when trees start respawning. Okay, so as we can see, it's 30 seconds, and basically both camps just spawned. What I'm going to show you here is, I'm basically standing on this cliff. If ranged creeps spawn, go ahead and kill those as fast as possible. They do have that miss chance, so you're going to be fine even though you have no regeneration. And notice what I'm buying. I'm going to try and turn these 2 Slippers into, Wraith Bands as soon as possible. And that's basically just to maximize your damage. And basically what you see here is you just pretty much kill the small camp for the experience. Very easy. It's really hard to stack it because if you're standing on this ledge right here, you're going to be blocking the camp. So it's not easy to stack this camp. However, you will be able to stack the hard camp, and I will be showing you that very soon. Alright, so after you kill that small camp here, move on to the hard camp. And at this point you should be level 2. I take a point into take aim here just to make life easier on myself. The increased range really does help. It lets you be a little lazier, I guess, when it comes to killing the creeps. But keep in mind, you can actually do this without a single point into take aim. So if you really want to go shrapnel or stats or something, which I don't recommend, you can. I think take aim is best because shrapnel doesn't do that much damage to the creeps early on, just because they're moving so much, so you won't be able to really get much time out of the shrapnel. And one thing that I kind of skipped over there, I'm just going to show you guys this again real fast. Notice I'm hitting it exactly at 53, and that's pretty much the normal pull timing for the hard camp anyways. And basically what happened is, I pulled it upwards towards the small camp, and I stacked it. And that's basically what you're going to do. You're going to hit this camp every time at 53 and stack it. And, this just ensures that you have plenty of creeps to kill. And after that, the process is pretty, similar. You're just going to keep getting your Wraith Bands whenever you can, and you're going to keep killing these things whenever you can. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit here. And, make sure you focus one creep at a time, especially if there's like a satyr spawn or a wildkin spawn. Try and focus those down first. Obviously, because the satyr has the health regeneration, and that's going to be, it's going to slow you down a lot if you're spreading out your damage against a 4 HP health regen aura on all the creeps. Same for the Wildkin, the toughness aura, bonus 3 armor to all the creeps. That's going to slow you down if you keep that alive for too long. And, you'll notice starting from the 4-minute mark here, which is where I am at, I managed to kill all the creeps in my stack. And at this point, you can just back off for a little bit, and what backing off does is it ensures both of these camps spawn. You can also stand like right in the middle, like right here, and both camps will also spawn. But once again, keep in mind if you're standing like right in front of the small camp, you're gonna block the spawn. So don't stand here. And as you can see, both camps respawned again. And also notice the trees are growing back. And this is around the 4-minute to 4:30 mark. And basically, what you're gonna see me doing is, I'm just constantly cutting down every tree that grows back. And you have to be pretty vigilant about this, because you need to cut the path here all the way open before 5 minutes. So it's only like 4 trees, I think. So it's very easy to cut. And you'll notice I have all of them cut. It's about to be 53. I'm gonna stack it again. And you can also stack this at like 54 or even 55, I think. It's more lenient just because the creeps go all the way up, and yeah, instead of going the normal pull route. And as you can see, I'm focusing down the Satyr. I don't want that regen aura to be regenerating life on all these minions. And at this point, you see I'm still cutting down all these random trees that are growing back up. And you'll notice that I finished my second Wraith Band and also have a Gloves of Haste now. Now, theoretically, you can keep doing this to get a Midas if you're really, really greedy, but I don't recommend that. Most of the time, I just go into Treads, and it lines up pretty nicely, because as soon as you get Treads, you're also going to be level 6. So you can, go into a lane and get a couple of auto attacks off and then maybe assassinate someone to kill them. It's actually pretty surprising. Most people have never seen a jungle sniper, so you'd be surprised with the amount of damage a jungle sniper gank ends up doing. Now, once again, obviously this is something that is kind of risky. It's not as good as some of the traditional jungle heroes, but it is viable, and sometimes you really want to play sniper, safe lane is taken. You gotta do what you gotta do. And alright, so basically I'm just killing both camps here again. I'm also skilling into Shrapnel. I skilled that at level 4 just because I like to have one level of Shrapnel. It's really good for team fights and just a variety of other things as well. And it also makes use of your mana. You don't want to be sitting at full mana forever. That's not very efficient. And you don't need more than one level of take aim here. I max headshot first just for the extra damage and because it's really fun. You can choose to max other stuff if you want, but yep, that's about it for that. Alright, so I'm just gonna pause here. So you'll notice that I bought my Boots of Speed here around 730 or 740, and basically I'm also level 6 at this point. So with this build, you're gonna hit level 6 and you're gonna have Treads, 2 Wraith Bands, and a Quelling Blade, and you're gonna have it around 7 minutes and 40 seconds approximately, maybe a little faster if you improve on the process, maybe a little slower if you mess up. But if you do this enough times, it's actually very, very easy, and it should be very easy for you to do this. And at this point, you can, you'll notice I have enough mana to assassinate a target if I choose to run mid, or maybe loop around bottom and gank whoever's here. So those are all things you can do, or you can continue farming. The choice is completely up to you. I thought I'd just share this pretty fun way to jungle sniper. It basically revolves around abusing this cliff, and this is doable with many other heroes. I might make a guide on some other heroes doing this later on. So that's about it for this guide. If you liked it, please subscribe or like the video. I will be uploading more videos about various tutorials, guides, tips and tricks, and just some very cool and interesting things like jungle sniper. I'm also going to be showing you guys how you can ancient sniper, so make sure you stay tuned for that video as well. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time.